The evacuation order came through at 400 on a Tuesday. I was 3 kilometers from the extraction point when the line went quiet. I don't know what happened between there and here. What I know is that I made it to a defensible position. I still had ammunition. I still had a mission, and nobody had told me the mission was over. So I kept going. That was 11 months ago. The first 3 months were the hardest. Not because of the fighting was straightforward. Hard because of the not knowing. I didn't know if the evacuation had succeeded. I didn't know if the war was still happening somewhere else. I didn't know if anyone was looking for me or if I was listed as KIA in a database somewhere while I was still very much the opposite of that. What I knew was the ground I was standing on and the objective I had been given before the line went quiet. Hold the southern pass. Don't let them through. Nobody had told me to stop holding it, so I held it. By month 5 I had a routine. Patrol at dawn, maintenance midday, rest in rotation. I rationed what I had and supplemented where I could. I kept a log not because anyone would read it but because keeping a log was part of the job and the job was still happening. On day 142 I noted that I had not spoken out loud in 11 days. I made a point of narrating my patrols after that. Standard reporting format. Addressed to no one. It helped. I had also started recognizing the local fauna individually. There was a large creature that moved through the lower pass every morning around the same time. I named him Gerald. Gerald was not a threat. Gerald was, in fact, the most reliable thing in my life for about 4 months. They found me on day 312. Not my people, the other side. A reconnaissance unit, 4 of them, moving through the pass I had been holding. I don't know what they expected to find. Whatever it wasn't me. I had the high ground and I had prepared the position well and the engagement was brief. Afterward I noted the contact in my log. Date, time, outcome. Standard format. Then I noted I was running low on a specific component and would need to improvise. Then I made what passed for dinner. The routine continued. The pass was still mine. The larger unit came in month 9. 30 of them, full assault formation. I want to be clear that I am one person and I had been living in a mountain pass for 9 months, and I was tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. I also want to be clear that the pass was mine and I had 9 months to prepare it and I knew every centimeter of that ground and they did not. It took most of a day. At the end of it I was still there. I noted the engagement in my log. Then I noted that I needed to rebuild part of the northern wall. Then I rebuilt it. The routine continued. The diplomat arrived on day 347. Human. Coalition uniform I didn't recognize. She came alone with her hands visible and called out identification codes that were 11 months out of date. I let her approach. She said the war had ended 43 days ago. She said they had been trying to reach me since day 1. She said, and I could see this cost her something, that they had assumed I was gone. I asked if the evacuation had succeeded. She said yes. I asked if my unit had made it out. She said she would find out. I said then I would wait. She said the war was over. I said I understood that. I asked her again to find out about my unit. She came back the next morning with a list. I read it. Everyone had made it out, all of them. I folded the list and put it in my breast pocket. Then I unloaded my weapon, cleared it, and set it down on the wall I had built in month 2 and rebuilt 4 times since. The diplomat asked what I had been doing up here for 11 months alone. I told her I had been holding the pass. She said the pass hadn't mattered strategically for 8 of those months. I said I hadn't known that. She was quiet. Then she said they were going to put my name on a wall somewhere. I said I would prefer they didn't. I said I needed a hot meal, a debrief, and about 3 days of sleep. She said she could arrange all of that. I picked up my log and I walked down the mountain.